Good evening and welcome to the Chamber of Skulls. My name is Sly. Can you believe it's been a month since the Chamber of Skulls has been around? And for me, I really didn't think it would make it this far. The reason behind that is because skull collecting is just starting to be accepted in society. It used to be where it was just a Halloween decoration, and more people are starting to collect them. And more people that collect them, you kind of start your own little circle and you're interested in other people's collection. I mean, there's posters out there. There's a whole bunch of gifts out there. There's a whole bunch of online posters. I mean, it's becoming widely accepted in society, and it's becoming a social norm, if you really want to say. So when I started this, I had high hopes, but low expectations. And getting to this 1 month milestone already, and even though my visits are low, my video hits are low, and even my followers are low, I haven't put a whole lot into it yet, for the simple fact that I had no idea if this would even take off. I just hope to come out here, show you guys my collection, share a little backstory behind why I bought it, what got me interested in the particular piece, and hoping that more and more people who were interested in skulls would see it and appreciate the artwork and maybe share their piece with me. As I've mentioned before in a previous video, there's this one guy, he has a business out of Australia. It's called Jack of Dust. He has great material that he makes by hand, and I really want to work with him. Maybe someday I can do a video with him, but I highly doubt that. I mean, that's just a hope. Maybe someday I can talk to him and he'll let me showcase some of his material. Now, obviously, he's not going to send me stuff so I can show it to him. He has probably a much larger following than I do, so he would gain nothing from me yet. But what I mean by allowing me to showcase his material is I could take images off of his website and pass them along on my site on Facebook, and together we can bring this whole circle into a huge circle. Like I said, I'm babbling around, so let's get to the point. Today's video, we have this cyberpunk. This particular piece, it's nothing standoutish, where your modern day cyberpunk anything is really mechanic. Everything flows together with your item and the mechanics. It kind of collaborates together to where the particular item looks like it runs off of the mechanics, and the mechanics looks like it belongs on the item. And this one here, things are just thrown on. You got gears and cogs for the eyeballs. You've got different ends and odds just placed in here and there. Just give you that bottom line, low end feel to make it a steampunk item. Now, this was probably one of my first artistic pieces. Up until this point, I had just Halloween decorations, and when I saw this one, it stood out. Now, I'm not a fan of steampunk. I like it, don't get me wrong. For those of you out there who are steampunk fanatics and you make a collection out of steampunk items of all variety, steampunk does interest me, but I'm not a big fan of it. But I do hope to actually get more skulls of the steampunk. I've got my eye on a couple right now, I'm hoping to get sometime down the road. But right now, this one here, like I said, it was my first decorative piece. Now I did have, like, if you guys remember back 5, 6 years ago, maybe, when hookahs were huge. Everybody had a hookah in their house. They got hookah bars. Well, I'm sure they're still around, but at the same time, they've probably died out because it was a fad. Everybody now is vaping, and who needs to go to a hookah bar when you got a little portable smoking device? But I actually got a skull-based hookah pipe, if you want to call it. So, but as far as sculptures, this probably was my first decorative sculpture. And when I saw it, it was one of those things, being a Skull fan, it reached out to me. I literally had to have it. I was like a kid at a candy store. I went to this, don't mind me, it's been a long week. Went to a thrift store. It was Halloween time, and it was sitting there amongst all their cheap, generic Halloween decorations. You got the ghost phone and the dancing lights. You got the 99-cent shit. And this was sitting there just calling my name. I didn't put any thought to it. I picked it up, checked the price. It was reasonably priced, and it was mine. So, oh, doggies upstairs, if you can hear them. Yeah, I've got 4 Chihuahuas that are very loud. If you could hear them, those dogs are upstairs in the back of the house. And they bark at everything. But I'm going to end it here, give you guys a close-up of this piece, and I'm actually going to end on one final note. Now, as you guys can tell when I do my close-ups, I'm on this little homemade turntable thing, and I'm actually looking very soon to getting a mechanical turntable to give you guys a more professional look, and it'll give you a solid 360 view. You won't have to have a stiff turn with the camera moving around. And I'm hoping not the next video, but the following one, to be able to have that, as well as making it for my close-ups, using it for a display because it actually lights up and it's mirrored. So it'll give you guys a clear view on the skull. So with that, I'm going to leave you with the close-ups of this piece. You guys have a great night. Stay warm, stay safe, and have a great